Hey, how's it going everyone? It's me, it's Jinsula. I hope you had a great weekend, and welcome to today's Pokemon Go video. Alright, so we gotta talk about what's going to be happening within Pokemon Go during this week. It's actually going to be a pretty exciting time considering that Niantic is going to be releasing a whole bunch of shinies that are actually worth going after. And then of course we have a community day at the end of this week, so this week is looking to be a major shiny week, and I'm personally really excited about it. We're going to be starting off with, of course, the continuation of the Legendary Heroes event, and that means you will want to continue raiding to get that Zacian 100% IV, because that is a very powerful Pokemon for the Master League. You only have a couple of days in order to get it, so I would say that you should use all of your raid passes in order to get the 100% IVs of this Pokemon. There's no telling when they're going to bring back Zacian in raids, so you will want to take full advantage of it being in raids right now, because yeah, you do not want to miss out on getting this Pokemon for the Master League. If you do not care about PvP, it's still worth raiding for because the shiny form of Zacian is currently available, and that is definitely going to be a major trade item. So if you want yourself a really good shiny legendary that you could use for pretty much anything when it comes to lucky trades, then you should still farm up Zacian because that shiny is definitely going to be one that a lot of players are going to want. This Legendary Heroes event is going to go until this Tuesday, October 1st. After which we're going to have a bit of a break, and then we're going to get a new event starting October 4th, and this is going to be the Galarian Expedition event. Now the key thing with this event is that they're going to be debuting 4 shiny legendaries with this event. We're going to have one that you're going to be able to get from raid battles, which is going to be Zamazenta, and then we're going to have the 3 Galarian legendary birds possibly be shinies. And you can only get those from the daily adventure incense, so make sure you're popping those every single day after this event starts. You might come across a Galarian legendary bird or its shiny form, and that's definitely going to be a major highlight of your week. Now something you do need to keep in mind is that the shiny versions of the Galarian legendary birds are not going to have that extreme flea rate that the regular Galarian legendary birds tend to have. So that means if you come across any of the shiny Galarian legendary birds from the daily adventure incense, you do not have to worry about using your Master Balls. You could use an Ultra Ball with a Golden Raspberry and it should do the trick. You might sit there and have to try to catch it multiple times, but yeah, I think that's a really good move because just imagine if you came across a shiny version of any of the Galarian legendary birds and it breaks out after the first ball and runs away. That would be incredibly heartbreaking. So I'm really glad that Niantic did this for the Galarian legendary birds because I'm pretty sure a lot of players are going to be really excited if they come across any of these shinies. It's definitely going to be a good time. Now, this Saturday, October 5th from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock p.m. local time, we are of course going to be having Sewaddle Community Day. And this is not necessarily going to be a game-breaking community day. Sewaddle does evolve into a pretty decent Pokemon for the Great League, but it's not going to be a game changer. It's not going to be a top-tier Pokemon. So yeah, it might be one of those cases where you just go in and try to catch the shiny and then you're just completely done with it. But if you really want to get this Pokemon, then make sure you're playing during this weekend because yeah, there's going to be a community day for Sewaddle and you're going to be able to get the shiny form of this Pokemon. Now speaking of PvP, let's talk about what's going to be active within the Go Battle League during this week. Until October 1st, we're going to continue having all 3 of the basic leagues be active, so that means the Ultra League, the Great League, and the Master League, but afterwards we're going to have the Great League along with the Galar Cup Great League Edition. So if you have a bunch of really good Galarian Pokemon that are ready for the Great League, then it might be worth using during the Galar Cup because you might collect yourself some good amount of points and actually rank up a bit during this week. It's definitely going to be really competitive. I think now is around the time where a lot of players stop tanking their ratings and they actually start pushing for the higher ranks. So yeah, be careful of that. You might come across a lot of players who are a little bit low elo, but they have teams that are deserving of like the much higher ranks. So yeah, it's going to be a really interesting time for PvPers. Now this week's Spotlight Hour is going to be interesting because it's going to be featuring the Pokemon Pidove with a 2x transfer candy bonus. Now in my opinion, this is one of the most underrated Spotlight Hour bonuses because if you have a whole bunch of legendary Pokemon stockpiled in your storage, then now would be a good time to actually transfer them so that you could get double the amount of candies. Seriously, wait until 6 o'clock p.m. this Tuesday if you have a whole bunch of legendaries and transfer the ones that you do not need and you're going to get a whole bunch of candies for those legendaries. It's a really good time to actually clean out your storage in my opinion. Now, in terms of the raid hour that we're going to be getting this Wednesday, it is of course going to be featuring Zacian, and I really do think this is an important raid hour because not only do you need to get yourself a 100% IV Zacian for the Master League, but you need to get as many shinies as you can. I really do think that this Wednesday is going to be the last opportunity for some players to get their hundos and shinies, because it was a very long time since the last time we had Zacian in raids, so yeah, you really need to get on it if you do not have yourself a 100% IV of this legendary Pokemon. Also, during this week, we're gonna have Mega Gardevoir in Mega Evolution raids until October 4th, and then after that, we're gonna have Mega Blaziken in Mega Evolution raids. So if you need the Mega Energy for either of these Pokemon, do keep that in mind. We're gonna have Mega Gardevoir and then Mega Blaziken later on in the week. And then in 5-star raids, we of course have Zacian until October 4th, and then afterwards we're gonna have Zamazenta until the end of the week. And then on the weekend, we're gonna have Shadow Entei in 5-star legendary Shadow raids. And that is actually a really good Shadow Legendary, so if you still do not have a good one, then it might be worth going after a couple of those on the weekend. So yeah, overall, this is actually a pretty stacked week in my opinion. There's going to be a lot of stuff related to getting shinies, and yeah, I think the major highlight is going to be the introduction of the 3 shiny Galarian legendary birds. I really do think that after that event starts, you do need to use your daily adventure incense every single day. And if you have any origin form Dialga and spare candies with Roar of Time, then you do need to use that after you pop your daily adventure incense. It's going to extend that item for 15 minutes, and that means you have even more opportunities to get the Galarian shiny legendary birds. So I really do think that there's going to be a lot more uses of Roar Time after this event starts, and I'm actually really excited to see what players end up doing. But yeah, that's essentially going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding everything that's going to be going on in this week down below in the comments. Is there anything in particular that you're really looking forward to, or do you feel like this week is a complete wash? Definitely share your reasons why you think that, and let's have a great discussion. I know I tend to be very negative towards Niantic, especially as of late, but I'll give credit where credit is due. I think this week is actually looking pretty good, but that's just my own personal opinions, and of course we have to wait and see because Niantic has the full capabilities of messing this up. I really hope they do not do so because it's been a while since we've had a huge win within Pokemon GO, and I really do think the introduction of the shiny Galarian birds is definitely going to be that, but who knows? Let's just wait and see. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.